Hello everyone, this is Yoko. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, my native language is not English, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and support us. This time there is a story that there is a Chinese company that supports cheating in the Japanese language proficiency test. In China, exams have long been used to determine one's life, so cheating has a long history. In Japan's history education, it is introduced that there was a system of imperial examinations in China, but it is not known that it was a history of cheating. Those unfamiliar with the situation mistakenly believe that China has traditionally adopted a fair system for recruiting talent through examinations. Exam fraud has been rampant since imperial examinations were being held. There was also an injustice in which a person passed the exam due to a personal relationship with the person administering the exam. A very famous person in the history of imperial examination fraud is the father of Lu Xun, a well-known Chinese literary master. China has a long history of exams, but it also has a long history of cheating in exams. Therefore, it is common knowledge that cheating occurs during examinations. The administration of the exam is thinking about how to spot fraud in the exam. On the other hand, those who cheat in exams are thinking about cheating in new ways. In other words, it can be said that exam fraud is also evolving. Japan basically believes that people are good, so there is no perception that there will always be dishonesty in exams. In Japan, I think there are very few people who have the idea of trying to pass an exam by dishonest means, so I think it was based on the theory of good nature. However, there are cultures that are different from Japan. In some cultures, when entering an exam, there are always people wondering how to cheat. That's China. Every year in China, the topic of cheating in exams is reported. This is the story that it has also entered Japan. What was discovered this time was fraud in the highest level of the Japanese language proficiency test. It's not just about exam cheating. Actually, there is another important point. First of all, let me explain the circumstances. It's a system that most Japanese people don't know about, called the Highly Skilled Human Resources Points System. This is a system in Japan, but points are given to foreigners who meet certain conditions. For example, how many points will be given if the educational background in the home country meets the regulations, or how many points will be given if the work history meets the regulations. If the score reaches 70 points, there are various preferential treatment. For example, a 5-year period of stay may be granted, or the person's spouse may work in Japan. Furthermore, there are various preferential measures such as being treated favorably in obtaining permanent residence permits. This point is related to Japanese ability. If you pass the highest level of the Japanese language proficiency test, you will receive 15 points. When you reach 70 points, there are various preferential treatments, but getting 15 points is quite a big deal. Therefore, if you pass the Japanese language proficiency test, it will be easier for you to get preferential treatment, so it will be easier for your family and relatives to come to Japan. However, even if people who do not intend to comply with Japanese laws such as cheating in exams do illegal acts and get good marks, they are not advanced human resources. There is a possibility that people who do not want to enter will settle in Japan because there are vendors who help cheat in the Japanese language proficiency test. I thought this place should be tightened down. By the way, test fraud in mainland China is often related to vendors. Therefore, it means that a system in which companies are involved in cheating in examinations has entered Japan. But if you know Chinese society, you should know that it is natural that there is injustice. In China, vendors use high-tech equipment to support fraud, and I think there are people in the Japanese government who know the actual situation. However, there are companies in Japan that facilitate fraudulent activities, and they are doing the same things in Japan as they are in China, but they are not doing anything to prevent them. But if you leave this kind of injustice, there will be a lot of people who do illegal things without hesitation. Therefore, I would like them to be strictly cracked down, and I would like them to kick out of Japan those who support fraudulent practices. That's all for now. See you next time.